Two suffering horses. In changing times, it's always important to step back and take a look at the big picture of the nature and purpose of theological education. As we are under so many pressures as theological educators, especially if we're in leadership, the pressures of accreditation, competition, finances, innovation, student demand, it's really easy to just react and survive rather than to try to respond prophetically and theologically in what we do as educators. You're probably familiar with the fourfold model of theological education, and here I'm using a metaphor that would be dear to the Athenian context of the classical world, which is of horses pulling a chariot. So imagine four horses that are pulling the chariot of theological education. The first is of course academic engagement. The second is ministerial training, the how-to, the practical competences that go with ministry. Spiritual formation, in a sense, the heart of theological education, and then character education. Now, they're all important. My thesis in this blog is that the one that likely receives less explicit attention and intentional work in our programs is character education. So I've said two suffering horses. I would also say spiritual formation struggles to maintain priority in our programs because together, as with character education, it happens in the extracurricular. It's difficult to measure and to assess both spiritual formation and character education. Students normally don't receive credit for them. They tend to be off the radar screens of secular accreditation. So my thesis here is that these two horses, character formation and character education and spiritual formation, that are actually at the heart of our evangelical ethos in education and theological education, are suffering. And the purpose of this blog, the purpose of this writing project, is to bring back to the forefront our thinking and our practice around character education.